Hi, Herl the Pearl here. Today I want to talk a little bit about the way I write my music down, my drum notation, which is probably not really sheet music. It's more like drum tap. And what I do is I use 16 characters. I use dots for rests, where you don't play anything. The O indicates a bass drum, and the X indicates a snare drum. So if you have O dot 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 X dot 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 O dot 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 X dot dot dot, you have the basic groove, as you can see on the screen here. Sounds like this. And I don't write the hi-hat down. In this case I played 16ths on the hi-hat. So the idea is to take the basic groove and add notes to it, bass drum notes, or it could be other notes. It could be a snare drum note if you wanted to. And by doing so, you get two bass drum beats. You get three bass drum beats. The 1 and the 3, and then the additional one that you put in. We already did this with what I call 8 notes on all the ands in the first lesson, and we did a little bit in the second lesson on the E and A beats. So if we take and look back at the first lesson we had, we built 4 variations over the basic groove. We got the 1, 2, 3, 4 and, which was one of them. So let's just take that groove and add some 16ths to it. I'll start by adding the 1E. Okay, that's the one without. And here's the one with. That last bar was a little different. You can move that 1 to the 1 and get this groove. We can move it to the 1E. We can move it to the, would be the 1, no, the 2, the 1A. Wasn't that what we did right now? Must be the 2E. We can move it to the 2 and. We can also move it to the 2A, the 2A, if you want, if you will. A little trigger happy on the bass drum there. We can move it to the, yeah, basically we can move it everywhere. One of the cool grooves is where you go 1, 2, 3, and 4 and add 16ths to that. For example, oh, I moved it there. Yeah, that's a cool groove too. If you take the 3, the 2E and the 3, and the 3 and, you get 2, a 3 and 4. Typical rock groove sounds like this. moving that extra bass drum just before the 4 beat, so you get 3 and the 4. Also very, very typical rock beat. And there's a number of things you can do. Basically, you can take all the 4 grooves that we found in lesson 1, add 1/16 to it. You can add many 16ths to it. And that's where I want to talk about something called the groove study. The groove study is all about taking these bits of bars, meaning fragments of rhythm patterns on your drums, and combining them in more or less a random way, and having just the right amount of beats in them. You can get some extremely cool grooves out of it. There are a few that do not sound very good, that I'll show you about that next time. So let's just recapitulate, especially the way you read this music. If you got an O on your screen, you play the bass drum. If you got an X on the screen, you play the snare drum. If you got a dot, you play nothing. Okay? So that's basically how I write down my music. Next time I'll take this is the groove study and get into some particular beats. So that'll be kind of fun.